What's going on, everyone? So I think it's hilarious that when the Lakers did the Luka trade, all of the media conversation going around was that, like, Dallas might have won this trade. Anthony Davis, best defense team. You got Stephen A up there like, the Dallas Mavericks are... And you just got, like, all this media hype. And that the Lakers, like, they have no center. They don't have this. They don't have that. Like, this team is booty, right? Like, it's just not going to go well. Lakers are not a contender. They're not this, that, and the other, right? That was the conversation. That was the narrative. And then Luka played his first game, and now all the conversations, Lakers are a contender. It's Dallas, OKC, and the Lakers, right? Or not Dallas, sorry, Denver, OKC, and the Lakers. Those are the teams. No one else has a chance. Luka and LeBron, man, 131 points in the first game, right? They don't even know each other. They just met in the locker room, right? They shared the court, right? Like, you know, they it's just like the narrative changed, like the script being flipped so quickly, right? They don't get Mark Williams. Everyone's like they don't have a center. Lakers don't have a chance. It's a wrap. Vegas takes them from, like, you know, fourth best odds to like eighth best odds and all this stuff. And now they're back to like third, fourth best odds again. And now the entire narrative and conversation is Lakers are the best team, right? You know, they're a true contender, top 5 team in the West, or top 5 team in the league, you know, top 3 in the West, right? Like, you know, they're a bare minimum, right? Like that was the headlines yesterday, right? That I saw like 5 different headlines about like they're a conference finals conference finals team at minimum, right? Like, and I'm just like, how quickly things change. Now, the Utah Jazz game was not a great example of this team potentially being a contender, and I chalked that up personally. I mean, Lakers have been good and have won like 11 out of their previous 12 games before that. I don't think one game equates to, you know, neutralizing the other 12. It sucks. It's frustrating. I equate this to just the Lakers packed it in early. They're about to get a week off. They're already thinking about tomorrow rather than focusing on today. And, you know, Utah wanted to take some pride after getting smacked and came out and, you know, played great basketball and handed it to the Lakers. And, I mean, Reeves was terrible. Rui looked like he was glued to the floor and stuck in cement. LeBron looked like he was just playing music in his head and just vibing out. Like, the dude was just out there, right? Luka got into foul trouble. It's just like, go down the list. It was just not a great game. It was not a good look as to, like, if the Lakers, like, it wasn't a good bar and measurement of, like, is this team a contender or not? But we're going to have a week off, evaluate this week, get into, you know, the All-Star break, and then kind of just take things from there, right? Like, that'll be a good kind of vibe for, like, what this will be. But to me, the narrative this entire time is going to be probably very hot and cold, right? Lakers got 30 games left. I think you got to go 18-12 at worst. Ideally, 20-10, but I think like 18-12 at worst. You got a ton of back-to-back games, right? The Lakers still have like 5 or 6 back-to-back games. They have like 4 in the month of March, because they didn't have that many, but they got to make up the Spurs game, right? So you got like all these different just matchups. It's gonna be wild, but the media is gonna draw up, and I just think that there's going to be moments, you know, if the Lakers go on a 3-game losing streak where they're like, oh, maybe the Lakers aren't that good, they don't have a center, right? And then Lakers go on a 5-game win streak again, it's like, oh, you know, Lakers, they're going to be in the conference finals, right? Like, you know, and look, in all honesty, I do think the Lakers are a top 3 to 5 team in the West, right? I think Boston runs through us, as painful as that is. I think if we play Boston in the finals, I think we get smacked. I think if we play the Cavs and worry about their interior with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, you would have the beauty that the Lakers, the one benefit that the Lakers would have over everybody is every night they would have the 2 best players on the court, right? Outside of like Denver. And you could argue like, you know, like a lot of people have SGA over Luka right now. I don't. I think Luka's overall, like if you're talking about overall basketball-wise, I just think Luka's better overall. SGA should win the MVP this year, without a doubt. SGA is the MVP this year. He deserves the MVP, without a doubt. I just think Luka is a better overall player. I just think he impacts more, and he's done more, right? And he's carried more at a younger age, right? So again, I personally, and this I said this before he was a Laker, so this isn't like a Laker bias thing. I've said this on live streams and stuff before. But Lakers will have arguably the two best players, it's phrased like that, every single night. Lakers for sure have the second best player every night, right? There's not a number two anywhere close to LeBron James in the league, right? Like LeBron would be the best number two in the league. So that's kind of where your edge is. And then it's just, can everyone else perform at the level necessary to make you a true contender, right? Can the Lakers, can Reeves and Rui and Dorian Finney-Smith and these guys, Gabe, he's known as a playoff raiser. Can these guys put in the effort for at least 4 games out of 7 to where they can win? We've seen this team look like a true contender, right? If the team that showed up against Boston, the Clippers, and the Knicks, if that team shows up in the playoffs with Luka and this revamped LeBron, yes, Lakers without a doubt are probably top 3 teams. They might even be able to beat Boston in a 7-game series. Because I also think if the Lakers get to the finals, LeBron James, you will probably see the best version of LeBron you've seen in 10 years. Because I am incredibly confident that he's going to look at that and go, this might be my last chance, right? This might be my very last chance to win a championship. And I think he'll go 1,000 miles an hour until his legs fall off, right? Like, I think he'll just push all his chips in if they make the finals. So I do think you have that in your favor. Based on right now, and obviously these things can change, the only teams that I'm really worried about in the playoffs, in the West, right, East, Boston, again, I think Boston beats the Lakers pretty handily, if I'm being honest. Probably 6 games. The Cavs, kind of 50-50. If I had to bet on it, I'd probably lean 55-45 Cavs, right? The only reason I think the Lakers, I worry about their interior presence, but again, Lakers would have the 2 best players in the league. LeBron would be at home basically every game because he's going to be in Cleveland, and he loves that place. And the experience, I think, would go a long way with Luka and LeBron, right? I think that experience really goes a long way for a team. And the Cavs, if I'm not mistaken, no one on that team has been to the finals. So at least that I can think of off the top of my head. Their main core guys haven't been, right? So I think that is a big advantage for the Lakers. If the Lakers were to play the Knicks, I think the Lakers blow through the Knicks. The Celtics showed exactly how you beat the Knicks, and the Lakers have the pieces in order to beat the Knicks, right? You just basically put Brunson and Cat in all of the action, and the Lakers would just do that and spam that. And you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis in order to, or LeBron James and Luka. I got to stop with the Anthony Davis. Got to break the habit, right? You have Luka and LeBron as the 2 guys that are just going to spam that. And then even Austin Reeves can spam that. So Lakers would be in great shape in that regard. In the West, Denver, I mean, Jokic, our interior defense is a concern. Everybody on Denver, every time they play the Lakers, play like they are all, like Michael Porter Jr. plays like he's prime Clay. Jamal Murray plays like he's prime Michael Jordan every time they play the Lakers. I do think that not having KCP and I think will hurt Bruce Brown too, right? The defensive pieces I think hurt, right? Didn't really hurt him last year without Bruce Brown, but now you don't have KCP. So do you think the Lakers, and you have Luka, and Luka does play very well against Denver, but I would still be worried in a 7-game series against Denver. I like our chances much better. Don't get me wrong. I like our chances much better with Luka than we did with Anthony Davis, right? So I am more confident in beating Denver than I have been, but I still worry about it. I still think that's not the best matchup. A lot of people have the Thunder as a concern. I'm like, Lakers, the reason Lakers have had look at the last few years against the Thunder. Lakers have had a ton of success against the Thunder because the Thunder don't match up very well against the Lakers. Lakers' size is a problem for them. And there's more to size than just like a big 7-foot center, right? Look at all of OKC's pieces, and particularly their defensive pieces, stuff like that. They're all like 6'3" to 6'6" at the highest, right? Like, they're all guards and like smaller forwards that are all going to have to guard Luka, LeBron, and guys like that, right? Like, where you look at the Lakers, all of their guys are like 6'7" to 6'9", right? So they have big. I mean, Lakers could go small the entire series against OKC and probably have a ton of success. I'm not really worried about OKC. I'm not saying that OKC can't beat us or they wouldn't beat us. I'm just saying, like, I like that matchup. I think that's a favorable matchup for the Lakers. The Rockets, I think they're the team you see every year. Really good in the regular season, not anything in the playoffs. Memphis, I think the Lakers are fine against. I think the Lakers beat Memphis. I do have concerns about the Clippers. And I know people are going to look at it and be like, we just smacked the Clippers, right? Like, problem is that, like, I think Ivica Zubac is going to be, a 20-20 guy in that series. But they also have the defenders, the versatility, the athleticism, the three-point shooting. Like, they are a very good, complete team. And they just got Ben Simmons, who they can put on, to try to defend LeBron and Luka and just put some size and stuff. Denver and the Clippers are probably the two teams that I have the most concern with in a 7-game series. I know Luka historically has owned the Clippers, right? They are the Los Angeles Lukas, right? Luka bodied them when they had Paul George and Kawhi. But this team, that Clippers team, they match up very well against the Lakers, and they actually have a very good physically imposing center, which I think could give us some fits and some problems. Again, I think the Lakers could beat all these teams. Again, I do think the Lakers are a top probably 3 probably 3 seed, top 3 team in the Western Conference, right? So this isn't anything new. I said this when we got the Luka thing that I thought they'd be a top 3. I think that they're going to be in the mix in the Western Conference. I think that they're probably a top 6 to 7 team overall between the East and the West, right? I think you need to move into the top 5 to really be a true contender. I want to wait. I even said, and I still stand by this, I want to wait before I crown the Lakers king, right? I think that they have the potential to be a true contender and move into that top 5 team and be one of the better teams in the NBA and really be that team that we believe that they can be. But I want to see more than just 2 games with Luka and LeBron, and one of those games was a trap game before a week break, right? There is a path that's there where the Lakers are hoisting the Larry O'Brien. Can they get there is the question. We will see. But I think the media narrative is hilarious. And it's like, again, can we wait? Like, it's so bipolar, so flip-floppy. It's like, can we wait, a handful of games? Can we wait 10 games before we decide either way? Again, I think the Lakers can. I think the Lakers are a top 3 team in the West, right? Top 6 or 7 team overall, right? So just, can the Lakers kind of be that team? Can the Lakers be that team in the mix, right? I think, again, Denver, you have to go OKC, Denver, right? I think that's fair. And then I think you can add the Lakers and the Western Conference as the 3rd team, right? So that argument, that conversation that the media has been spewing out recently, I do think that they're correct. It's just funny how, a week ago it was, Lakers, this doesn't solve it. Dallas might have won this trade, and everyone's trying to spin this as if, the Lakers didn't just get Luka, and then now everybody's like, hang on a minute, right? Just, come on. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? To me, you have 2 top 10 players on your team. They're the only team in the league that has 2 top 10 players on their team. Do they have holes on this roster? Absolutely. Do they have a big glaring hole in this roster at the center position? Absolutely. Are they the only team in the league that doesn't have a true starting center on their team? Absolutely. Is that concerning and could be the difference between them winning a championship or not? Absolutely. But, you can't count out Luka and LeBron, right? You give me them in a 7-game series, I will take my chance. If they're healthy and I don't care who we're going up against, Lakers have an absolute chance. Again, Luka has done more with less. He took a conference finals team. I know Jalen Brunson was on that team, but he was not the Jalen Brunson we know now. He was an average role player on Boston or in Denver at that time, or Dallas. There we go. I get it right eventually, right? But let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.